past weekend was the Rainbow Six Siege beta, which I managed to grab a code from somewhere. I don't even remember where I got the code from. Some website was giving them out, probably Destructoid.
Probably Destructoid. Yeah.
But they were giving out codes for this, so I got into it and played around a little bit with it. So basically, if you didn't hear about it, the beta kind of got off to a rough start just in terms of getting into matches. So
hmm
what was it, Friday night? I think it started Friday. Friday night, I sat down for like an hour to play it. And in an hour, I think I played half a match because
hmm
there were just so many
Mm.
connection issues.
Jesus.
I came
Well,
back to it like 2 days later, and it ended up being much better by the time it finished up. I don't know. It might actually still be going on. I'm not sure.
but okay, see, that's the thing. I think we have sort of like a warped perception of what a beta is. Like that sounds like an actual beta.
Yeah, no, no, no. And that was one of those things where it's like I wasn't upset about it. It was just kind of like, oh man, I wish this like I at least wish I could get into a game and like have some lag or something so I could see what this is. Because just like sitting there, like having never played this before, like, all right, ooh, I got 3 players. Oh shit, I've been sitting here for 5 minutes with these same 3 players. All right, back out, restart.
Oh god.
Like I'm okay with the beta if it's like I get into it and like I'm halfway through a game, it's like kicks you out, connection error. Like okay, that I understand, but it's like I want to at least get into a game.
Yeah.
But
Now
yeah, like
before you start getting into like gameplay and stuff, have you played Rainbow Six? I've never played Rainbow Six like at all.
I played the like old school like Rainbow Six, the original back on PC in like the mid 90s.
Oh, okay, like when it's like still a strategy game sort of thing.
Yeah, and then I also played. There was like a wintry expansion pack. I don't remember the name of it, but there was like a soldier in like Arctic gear on the cover of
Oh
it.
yeah, that's what I was thinking in my head. Like I knew that's the expansion packs. I have no idea what it was called though. Yeah,
Yeah, and then I also played the Vegas games, which were very much not Rainbow Six games,
yeah.
back on the Xbox 360. So I have a little bit of experience with this, and I was kind of interested just because the way that they were showing this, I felt like was a very interesting mix of the normal, what's basically become the standard Tom Clancy gameplay
hmm
with kind of that classic Rainbow Six. And it very much is. This is very different than any first person shooter I've played. And it's definitely a unique experience when you compare it to like Call of Duty, Battlefield, things like that. So the way it works in like the team deathmatch mode, one team is defending a bomb and one team is trying to defuse the bomb. But the way it
Okay.
starts out is it starts out with a preparation phase, which is like 3 minutes long.
hmm
So one team is sitting there trying to put up like barriers through the house. You can like lay barbed wire in different spots. You can like reinforce doors, things like that. So
Yeah.
all these things to slow down the other team. And while you're doing that, the other team sends in, I don't remember what they're called, but they're basically like remote control cars with cameras on them
Yeah.
to go drive around and see if they can find the bomb. Because every time, even though you're on the same map, the bomb moves around, which is kind of neat. So it's
Oh,
not like
okay.
you always know where it is. There's always that objective of trying to find it.
Oh, that's cool. Wait, can they shoot the car? Like, are you kind of like powerless as the defending team against the
No, no,
car
no.
that
If you
can
see
shoot?
the car, you can shoot it and blow up the car, and then that person's just out of the preparation phase until the action phase, was what it's called, starts.
Oh, does everybody have a car?
Yep.
Oh,
So
that's kind of. Oh,
all,
so there's like
yeah,
six little RC cars running around.
yep, trying to find this bomb. Well, the other six, or it's I think it's five on five. So five RC cars and then five guys building like all these barriers to keep the other team out.
hmm
Um, so that's kind of different because it actually puts into some of that strategy that the old school Rainbow Six games had, where you actually have to think through, okay, if I block this door, I block this door. I mean, eventually, it just became for me at least. I will be honest, I sucked at this. I am so far away from being good at anything realistic shooter wise. Give me Halo, Gears of War, that I can do,
yeah.
but Splinter Cell, this, anything even remotely realistic, I'm utterly worthless. So I ended up just blocking every door I ran into. I don't know if that was a good idea or not, but but basically, so then after that, like it kicks it back and everybody goes back to the spawn point. If you find the bomb, then it just puts an objective marker on it when you
Okay.
go into the house or into the building or whatever. And if you don't, you actually have to actively search for it as you're trying to get in.
Okay. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Everybody is on a one death, so there's no respawns.
hmm
So again, you have to be very very careful and methodical about where you're moving, where you're looking, and everything. Which again,
That does
not
not
my
sound like the type of game.
not my strong suit at all. But it's definitely interesting, and I like that it's trying to do something different with it, and not just trying to be COD, Battlefield, Ghost Recon, those types of things.
hmm
I personally thought it was very very slow, and that to me just got a little boring after a couple matches. And again, it might be just because I was terrible at it,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It was very methodical, very oh crap, I died. I have to watch these people play for 3 more minutes.
Oh, okay. That's you didn't play a lot of Counter-Strike, did you?
I played a little bit, but that was always my issue with Counter Strike too. Is
Yeah.
like if I die, I should be able to pop right back in there and be ready to go.
Yeah, that's definitely it's definitely like a kind of weird gameplay style because I feel like you said you're not very good at this game. Like it definitely punishes if you're new at this game. Like at those kind of games because if you're new, you're going to die really quick and everybody else is going to be so much better than you, so you're always going to be the first one out and you're going to spend most of your time waiting. I can understand why those games can be kind of frustrating, why they just wouldn't click with everybody.
Yeah. It was nice because it felt like you could kind of do however you wanted to when it came to like infiltrating the house. So I mean, there's one map that came up several times while I was playing where you're actually trying to break into a house. That's why I keep saying house. There was another one with other buildings, but the one I keep picturing in my mind is a house. So you can actually go in and you can go, okay, I'm going to go in through the front door, and then there's like a staircase, or you can go into the basement, or you can rappel up to the top of the house and go through like a second story window, and then you're in the top of the house. So I mean, there's lots of ways to be really strategic about it, and
Yeah.
I mean, I was just playing public matches, which I think was all that was available in the beta. But I feel like if you actually had a team of people working together, it could go really, really well, and there'd be a lot of strategy to put into it.
Yeah, yeah. This game sounds kind of like miserable if you're playing with like a bunch of random people because if they are trying to push that strategy aspect. Quick question: does like all the strategy and stuff just kind of go to shit once the guns start firing though?
Not really, because I never ran into like a big firefight. There's none of that in this. It's lots of like, oh shit, there's a guy in the hallway. Who shoots first? You know what I mean?
Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah.
And then that guy's gone. And then because the way it's laid out, so like in the house map, there were basically the ways that most people went in. There was like a front window, a back window, and then a staircase if the bomb was on the second floor. So there
Hmm.
would be guys going in all three. So as the defending team, you'd kind of have to watch all three. So there might be two guys in a hallway, one guy in a room, things like that. So you never really ran into that 1-on-5 situation, or you never ran into that point where it's like all five people in one confined room just shooting at each other. I never ran into that.
Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. So,
Um,
do you like it or do you not like it, or is this like not a game for you?
I would put this in the category of not a game for me. I
Hmm.
think it's a very well designed game. It's a very interesting take on multiplayer. It's a very, I think, good evolution of what Rainbow Six should be because it's
Hmm.
taking that strategy aspect and putting it into gameplay in a meaningful way without having you sit there and click through menus for 10 minutes before you actually get to the game.
Yeah.
But it's also really well done gameplay in terms of like the first person shooting aspect, and it's very intuitive in the way that you can actually think through this. So every time I approached like the house, every time I had a little bit better of a sense of what I needed to do with it.
Oh, okay.
So I think it'll end up being really cool, and I think a lot of people will really get into it. I just think it's one of those games where this is not my style of game. This is way
Yeah.
too slow of a game for me. I mean, we talked
Hmm.
about that with Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. I like things moving quickly.
Yeah,
You know,
and Bloodborne and pretty much like any game I like.
yeah, all those slow games you always sit there and talk about. No. So maybe this is a game for you. Maybe this is your first person shooter. This slow,
I
think it through.
I would think this would be awesome as like a co-op game.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know. Just like I feel like as soon as you start like shooting other people, like these games, I think this game sounds like really fun. Like when you like in the its infantile stage when everybody's sort of learning the game. But I feel as soon as everybody learns the game, like all that sort of strategy aspects kind of go out the window because like okay guys do strategy A and everybody knows strategy A because everybody's gone on the internet and knows what strategy A is.
Oh yeah,
So
I get what you're saying.
defense is gonna have the perfect strategy B. It's like okay they're using strategy A, let's go strategy B. So I don't know.
There
I
is a
just yeah.
there is a co-op mode in this too, and I didn't play too much, but I only played like one or two matches of it. But it's five people, and then you have to go in against like a pre-set up like terrorist group, and there's a couple more than five people, and it is that actual more classic Rainbow Six infiltration gameplay.
Was that
Um,
fun or no?
I thought it was fun. I didn't do too much with it. It just, I mean, it kind of felt like any other. I don't even know the term for it. Like Black Ops or Call of Duty has Spec Ops or Halo's Firefight. It felt very similar to those. Just again, a more slowed down, methodical version of it.
Hmm.
But
Yep.
I think it'll be well received. I think people will like it, and I think putting some more polish on it. I don't think. I think this didn't this get pushed back to December or Is it early next year? I don't remember at this
I don't
point.
remember. I just know that's what I think a lot of games just got pushed because like there's gonna be some insane holiday season stuff and like games are just kind of like they're just gonna get buried. Like this is a game that would absolutely get buried because if
Oh,
people are gonna choose
100%,
between
yeah.
this and like Fallout 4 or I don't know whatever.
Black Ops
There's a
3 or Halo 5.
holy crap. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
this would get buried underneath the rest of the first person shooters completely. So I
Mhm.
think it's a good idea to move it out. I think this is one of those games that if you release it at the right time when there's not a whole lot else going on, I think would have a much bigger impact than something would be, Thanksgiving weekend or whatever.
Yeah. Hmm. I might check it out. This is like something I'd like to play like a demo of and then probably never play again. I have that thing with like with like multiplayer only games where I'm not going to spend $60 on a multiplayer only game. I'll probably only spend like 20 at most.
Yeah,
So,
and that's kind of what I was with this. I don't After playing the beta, I don't have any intentions of playing the full game just because I know what it is. I know how I feel about it. By the time it's a price that I would be willing to pay for it, the community is going to be gone, and like you said, it's going to be all those people who just know strategy.
$10 at
Hey,
GameStop.
yeah, that's about my point with this. But I don't know. I think it'll be good. I think it'll do well when it comes out, though.
Mhm.